when you say something that you want, but it's not happening, and something else is happening, then you look at different things. And one of them is to do a physical action that reflects it. And then you get a lot of data from that. And it's also a way to tell the universe, hey, I'm ready.
Welcome
to another episode
of Driving to the Res
with your favorite hosts,
Larry
and Inelia.
Hi, honey.
Hi, honey.
How are you doing this week?
Doing good. A little bit tired because of the roof that we had to change or fix or whatever it's called.
Re-roofing?
Re-roofing in our house. Yeah, that's been a bit tiring because they make a lot of noise and they get here very, very early. And then we stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning. And then we have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. That's not very many hours of sleep. Anyways, that's a little bit of personal news. Today I want to talk about something that to me has been quite fascinating to see.
I bet.
And observe, see, and confirm. Right? Confirm, which is the energy of see me, don't see me.
Touch me, don't touch me. Same.
Touch me, don't touch me. See me, don't see me. Kiss me, don't kiss me. All of the above.
Yes, it's like words, but actions.
Yes.
Contrary. Yes. And words and ideas and thoughts and then orchestrations that are counter to.
Well, there's quite a history behind this article because we did the instant manifestation workshop. We created that. And within that workshop, with the Benz method of manifestation, one of it is to do something which is part of many, many other teachings also. It tells you to do something physical that reflects what you want to manifest in the world, right?
Right.
So that was part of it. And then another part of it was that we felt like we know that we're being shadow banned on the internet.
We can see it.
Yes. And I kept saying, with regards to the Benz methodology and what I've known, I mean, that methodology comes from my observations and learnings. What I've seen is that what happens is... What happens? The dog's really distracted us.
Pulling up the blanket.
I know, she's so cute.
Okay.
Our PV. So basically,
it was whatever it was important.
Yeah. So, like when you say something that you want, but it's not happening, and something else is happening, then you look at different things. And one of them is to do a physical action that reflects it. And then you get a lot of data from that. And it's also a way to tell the universe, hey, I'm ready, right? But if you're carrying programs, what is it ready to? Yeah. And I said, we should go out there and put ourselves out there like an event or something physically to tell the universe, here we are ready to be seen. Okay.
Yes.
And
not don't see me, I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm standing here in person.
Yeah. And you said,
can't not see me. I'm standing right here.
And you said, well, that'll prove that, this is a way to break through the shadow banning, because how can they shadow ban us at a physical event? That's impossible. And I laughed and I said, you'll see, because it's not a victim thing, right? It's a co-creation. Everything that we create in life is a co-creation. It's not just you, and it's not just other people. It's a co-creation you create with others, right? And I could feel and sense that for the shadow banning to be effective, there had to be like an agreement from us, right, at different levels. Obviously subconscious, for me it was. For me, some of those were pretty conscious. I am not comfortable being like publicly known. And so it was more comfortable to be shadow banned, right? But at a physical event, things become very obvious. So we decided to do, remember in August, we did the Maca days?
Yeah, we did a Maca days booth for Driving to the Res, plus all of our... Everything's like Mystic Twists and all of the mystics and all of the panel on the second hour had their whatever creation.
And other people too.
And even other people from outside.
Yeah, the community. The core team.
Core team, I suppose,
Yeah. So we had everything.
Everybody and everything. It's like,
everything.
We're all here, just no problem. Can't miss us.
10,000 people.
Give it a giant sign.
Yeah. Wasn't it 10,000?
Yeah, over 10,000.
Yeah, over 10,000 people came to the event. But we only got a handful in our stall. That was quite funny.
Yeah.
Okay, funny.
So give the article a read.
All right, let me read it. See me, don't see me is an energy that many light workers have. We're not unique, honey, in that sense. On the one hand, light workers are very much people persons. They go out of their way to help others create high-frequency interactions and groups that support, heal, and build. On the other hand, we can be expert lone wolves. Want to be left alone, are more comfortable on our own, and we'll often end up living by ourselves with dogs, cats, horses, or goats. Put the name of pet here. In our temple-like apartment, which is soundproof and separate from the rest of the city we live in. In the past few months, in fact from August last year, Larry, sometimes myself, and some of our students who live in the Olympic Peninsula and Oregon have been going to physical fairs and events to tell the universe that we're ready to be seen and made contact with. For a while, Larry said it was to break through the shadow banning we have been experiencing on the internet. It is hard, he said, to be shadow banned when you're physically there.
How do you shadow ban me standing right in here?
Yes. Well,
guess that was the wrong question.
We managed to shadow ban ourselves even at physical events. It was quite extraordinary how our physical location and other orchestrations came about to create an experience of very few or no customers at every location.
Every time, too. It was something unique. Like at Makade's, we were... we had
very comfortable.
Front and center. We were right on Main Street, right there at the center of everything.
Yeah, we said,
not at the beginning, not at the end.
We were
right smack dab in the middle where all the traffic would be.
Yeah.
And then...
And we thought, we broke through it.
We broke through it.
Yeah.
And then...
We got moved.
We got moved to another location. And then that location got swapped for yet another location. And we ended up at a location that had a beautiful view,
fresh air,
nice fresh breezes from the ocean.
Right on the edge of the shore, right
on the shore, right next to the bouncy castle, actually the back of the bouncy castle, hiding kind of like behind this giant, enormous, blown up castle thing, behind everyone else's booths on the front street.
Yes,
way off in the wilderness.
Yes.
Almost like our own little private sanctuary.
It was very nice. It was a sanctuary for sure.
As a matter of fact, it was our own little private sanctuary. It was so private you couldn't see us.
You couldn't see us. And even if you saw us, the doors were blocked and you couldn't get in.
And even if you could, I mean...
people would stare you down.
Oftentimes people were like, no, we're not going over there. That's where the bouncy castle is. My kids will make me stay there for 2 hours if I go by them.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. I don't want to go over there. It's full of kids.
Yeah.
We had the opposite problem. If you wanted to go somewhere where nobody was, that was where we were.
But then nobody knew it, so they didn't come. I mean, we had a handful of people come.
Yeah, we were our own best customers.
Yes. No, I meant other people. But yes, only ourselves. We bought from each other. That was quite funny. But it really illustrated that when you're carrying these programs, no matter what you do, it's going to manifest whether it's online or on a physical thing.
Yep.
Which is funny because both you and I have had an idea of having a bookstore with coffee area, and pretty crystals and like a magic store, And whenever I perceive it in my imagination, it's just you and me sitting there reading books.
Yes, totally. Like... Do we really want to go somewhere else to do what we don't need to go somewhere else to do?
I don't perceive anybody coming into the store. It's so funny.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. The journey to be physically available to the human collective has been very illuminating. Here are some of the things we saw and some of the things we worked on to make it work. 1. Although we do want to be well known, recognized, and sought after, we prefer the comfort of anonymity. The comfort of anonymity. What do you think about that one?
Well, yeah, it was like Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it's like, yes, it's also like, nah. Like, yeah, I'm here. Just don't look.
Yeah. Just don't know who I am. Just like,
it's not about me. It's about the work.
Yeah, there you go.
It's about the ideas. It's not about me.
Right. 2, we find the unawakened masses hard to be around, both at an energetic level and at a physical level.
Yeah, personally, it's like a I don't even know where to start anymore.
Sure. What do you talk about? What do you do? It's like, yeah.
It's one of those things that's probably been on most everyone who's listening's like radar at some point. It's like the weather and the Mets game or the Dodgers or the broken boat or there's the safe topics. I mean, when I say safe, it's mean like, what'd you do last night? What'd you watch? Show did you watch? It's like I guess the social niceties.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when we've spent any amount of time in self-reflection and deeper thought and consciousness exploration, expanding awareness, the things that we want to talk about, we're not much about the game.
No, it's true.
The game, okay. Maybe did you see the explosion of power? The one, whatever, it's like not who scored the best touchdowns or who won and lost. It's like
force of nature.
Right. Even the conversation doesn't talk about the things that they want to talk about. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. Yay, that guy, he did it again. Yeah. Yay, team. It loses its allure. And then we want to talk about other things, and the other things that we want to talk about, we're only scratching it a bit ourselves.
I know,
right?
Yeah. Whenever we talk about things like publicly, it's just scratching on the surface.
Yeah, and so they look at you like, well, what are you trying to say? Do you like our team or not? Like, you're weird or whatever, So we do.
Plus, they're very alcohol-full.
And usually there's
drug-full.
oftentimes a lot of blaming people for stuff.
Oh, gosh, yes, the blame stuff.
Yeah, and the victim things.
Yeah, victim.
And then there's, it's just, the list goes on and on and on. And it's hard to, go along with the play. Go along with it.
Yeah, it is hard. It is hard to do that.
Because you just feel like you gotta say what. Excuse me?
Baby, come here.
She's telling the chickens to go on. Yeah, so it can be challenging. I mean, we want to be there because we want to. We feel like it's like part of our maybe mission on the planet, right?
Well, it kind of is, right?
To be available and to share the information or the little tidbits or the trails or things like that.
Yeah,
but then when you do it, it's like it doesn't seem like that's actually what happens. It seems like, did you hear anything I said?
No.
Yeah.
It is difficult to be around them. Even energetically, I find them kind of pokey. Yeah. So, number 3. Our why to be physically seen and reached was not clear. And when we began to discuss it, it was not the same among the individuals who joined us in this experiment.
Not only that, it changed as the day went by.
It did, yeah.
We're here to be seen. Okay, no, actually we're here to sell stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, we're here to make some money. Yeah. Wait, we're here to
be seen.
We're here to go see other people.
Yeah, we're here to buy stuff.
We're here to go get stuff from other people.
Yeah, there you go.
We're here to, right, it just kept on changing.
It changed all the time, for everybody, really.
For everybody, right.
Yeah. 4, we had some clear and very obvious objections to having people come to our stands, albeit they were unconscious and expressed at a body language level.
For the most part, right. No matter how many times you say,
don't stand in front
in the way of
you.
It's well, that's where we're going to sit.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, we tried lots of different experiments of what will work.
It was an experiment. It has been an experiment all these months, different ones that we've done.
Yeah, because we didn't just stick with Macades. We went to MeWe's, Metaphysical Fairs.
Metaphysical Fairs in
We've been
Portland.
to Bear Terrier, whatever gatherings.
We've been to
Sasquatch events. We supported Todd, but at the same time, we're visible as our podcast.
Yeah. So we've done quite a few things.
Multiple crowds. So it's like maybe it's the people.
No, because then you blame others, right?
Well, I mean, maybe it's not our crowd.
Well, who is your crowd? I mean,
Well, the thing we thought was the crowd was topic specific, but it doesn't turn out to be a topic specific
it's very
issue.
strange,
It's more along this line, the awake, not awake, or whatever.
I think if you bring it back,
journey.
is whether do you really want to be seen or not, and how. What about you do you want to be seen? What part of you do you want to be seen? What part of your personality or... and a lot of people that are light workers, they call it constructs of worthy unworthiness, which is the same one. And, it just gets heavier and heavier.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, do I want to be seen? And if so, why, what for? And what's my role within the collective? What am I supposed to be doing here? All that type of thing.
What makes me the expert to decide for you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Stuff like that. All kinds of things.
Number 5, the energy of see me, don't see me was very strong and powerful. So we had lots of pretty things, shiny things, and all the things. And we were there smiling and trying to be welcoming, but didn't quite work out. No, it didn't quite work out.
Yeah, by most measures, I mean, what measures you might use, like number of people, et cetera, consequences, results, any of the money in the coffer, all of the things you would use to measure it. You would have to try very hard to say, oh, we did a good job with that.
You'd have to try really hard to say that.
You would have to try really hard to say that. Because you could see this booths that are successful. I mean, successful in the sense of see me and show up and engage.
Yeah, engage.
Those ones were clear and obvious and sell, right?
Yeah, totally.
Even with their own little things. I mean, there was a fella across from us selling these giant posters that he takes some pictures of crystal art, but it wasn't crystal art like I have. It's more like, I would say it feels like chemically assisted to some degree. It's like a little bit of a LSD vision or DMT vision or ayahuasca vision, geometry. And he was, a little bit nervous and very afraid that he made a wrong choice in spending the money to come to one of the things, And
he sold out.
He sold out. I went and saw him after a day or two. I was like, how's things going? Is everything's like, I didn't have nothing to worry about. This is great.
How much did you sell, honey?
I sold one reading.
You did?
Well, I wasn't really even selling readings. I got a $5 donation for one reading, but it didn't work, and I didn't get the print to him. So I got the picture, and I was trying to print it, but he fried my computer, so he gave me $5 anyways. So I made $5 and spent $1,000.
Yes, it's been quite a investment. We spent thousands of dollars on all these events and trying to learn stuff and trying to break through all these firewalls. And it's a journey. It's been a really fascinating journey, and it's not finished. Right? It's not a finished journey yet.
No, we haven't
figured it out yet.
We have committed to 6 more physical events this year, one every 2 months, and so far we have barely talked about the January, February. What are we going to do?
I know. We haven't. It's like avoid it.
Avoid it. If we just don't talk about it, maybe it'll be March.
What happened? Yes. Yeah. We have committed to doing more though.
Yes, we have.
Okay, 6. We went from trying to do over a dozen things in the stalls to concentrated on a handful. Eventually, I think we will go down to 1. What do you think?
I have no idea. But I know
you have resistances, darling. You don't want to just do one thing.
I know that, so I kind of thought if you went to a stall and it's like Walmart and there's like 1,000 things, you're going to find something. Everybody's going to find something they like.
Yeah, they don't like that. Too many options.
Didn't matter.
No,
and we have just a few things.
A lot of things, few things. Nothing. None of that mattered because
none of that mattered. I mean, I remember I went to one place. They had these sprays to like cleanse the whatever, energy sprays or whatever. Some Palo Santo spray.
Yeah.
So I got some Palo Santo spray to sell.
Yeah. You didn't sell any of them.
Not one spray. Not even a tester spray.
No.
Not even one.
No.
Not even anybody wanted to try it.
No.
And it wasn't even mine. I didn't even make it. I just bought it. And it was just a pretty bottle. Cleanse yourself spray, Palo Santo with sage.
Yes.
Who doesn't want some of that?
This is a great example of how it wasn't very clear what it was that you were doing there. Because you were also doing the crystal readings, you were doing Palo Santo, you were doing the driving to the res and putting us out there. There was a lot of stuff you were doing. Selling books.
Yeah, we had books on there for sale because the books are pretty and they have nice covers and they're great books. And we had the podcast, and we had podcast episodes people could look through if they're interested in. And we had crystal ball pictures because why not?
Yes. Why not?
Why not? We have a crystal ball episode. We had Sasquatch and Sasquatch episodes, so they were linked, right? Yes. And people, the last time we went, the last we went to,
that was interesting. Yeah,
they actually knew we were a podcast.
Yes.
Because we had a giant sign that says podcast here.
All right.
So, improvements.
Yes.
But at the same time, you're right about the why. The why, when we go to an event thing like that to be public, we want to be compensated for going there. We want to make some money.
Yeah, we don't want to be spending thousands upon thousands and thousands of dollars.
If I'm going to spend a few $1,000s to go somewhere, I might as well go skiing.
Yes, exactly.
Or maybe whatever, biking down a mountain in Hawaii.
Or Hawaii, yeah, that sounds about right. Actually,
if I want to go to a festival, I could just go to a festival. Yeah. I don't need to have a stand to go there.
Right. It's been thousands of dollars trying to figure it out.
Yes. Yeah. But oh well.
But that's also, as you know, one of the tools that you have used throughout your life to limit yourself has been money. So if we look at it from that perspective, spending all those thousands of dollars on it is a stopper, right? It's like a red flag. I'm trying to stop myself here because it's going to be very expensive to continue with this. And you can't help yourself because you say, okay, we have everything. I'm not going to buy anything else. And then you come home with boxes of stuff for the next one.
Well, you need it to be ready for the next one.
Okay. Yeah. So I think it's a sabotage button thing. For sure. Right.
Well, I could guarantee you if we come back with thousands of dollars in the coffer instead, it would be pretty much, let's get our next one. Yes. We don't need to wait 2 months.
Exactly. Yes. And what does that mean?
What? I don't know.
It means that you don't want to do it. You don't want to be so excited because you made thousands of dollars to go to the next one because you don't like being out there. Physically available. Mm-hmm.
Says you.
I didn't even pretend. You
didn't even go.
I went to 2. I went to the Macau one and I went to the Sasquatch one. Right? But I didn't even pretend that I was comfortable or, I did use it to do fear processing exercise and other of the tools to remove the firewalls and to be consciously aware in making a decision. And it has evolved into something for me. Okay. But it's not about being out there with the team on a stall and stuff like that, To me, it evolved into something else. It evolved into really working on my novels. Because that's my primary, one might say, career. I write novels, following the tradition of my people, European and Native American, of storytelling.
Yeah.
It came from both sides. And storytelling is a form of imparting information and wisdoms as wisdom keepers. So I do that through novels. And so to me, it was like, okay, I'm going to do that on my own. I'm going to do the novels. I'm just going to be putting myself out there as an author who imparts this information through novels. And the novels are reachable by anybody. They're science fiction, fantasy, so they're a little bit woo-woo, but everybody expects it because, that's the genre, so it's fine. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, they get all the nice stuff, nice information. Anyway, that's what I learned. That's what I wanted to. So, after each event, the core team of participants to this experiment would get together and discuss what they had perceived, explore ways to make the why fit into their outer intent, and process firewalls and programs that would be shouting, "Don't see me," even though their outer intent was "see me." And that happens a lot, doesn't it? With intents, a person might say out loud for 10 times a day for a whole year that they want something, they want to experience something, or they want to manifest something in their life, but it doesn't happen because all the unconscious language is saying, I don't want it. So, see me, don't see me is an expression I'm using that indicates a person who invites another to interact with them, chat, be friends, enter the store. But as soon as the other person does, they ask them to leave or become unfriendly or close the door in their face. After several events, the energies for everyone in the group started to become clear and more cohesive. Individuals began to own what they wanted out of the event and why they individually were taking part. One of the most amazing things I saw was Larry stepping into his elder role and giving a class on the skill that he developed called crystal scrying. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, ever since the first day I picked up my crystal ball, well, it actually took a little bit of coaching from you to get that. First, I had to get it cleansed, remember? Uh-huh. I was on the boat. I think I called in on one of your teleseminars, and you told me to cleanse it by putting it in a bowl or a bucket of salt water. Yeah. And I was like, do I got to go get some salt and stick it in the water? Or will seawater work? It's like, salt water will work because that's what it is, salt water. So I went out and filled a bucket up with salt water out of the hose. Because my hose was from the ocean. Yeah. And nice. I put my ball in there and then I stuck it on my dash and then I'd hold it. And as I was holding it, it became activated and the colors came alive. Mm. And as they came alive, they were just so pretty. I wanted to take a picture. So I took a picture. And when I took a picture, all of a sudden I could see things.
Yes.
And it has never stopped.
Right.
So lately I've been using it to get images of people's guardian angels.
Right.
And they're not necessarily all angels, but they're all guardians. Certainly entourage members.
Honey, I have a question.
So go ahead.
If one of our listeners wants to have a private session with you for you to take a picture of their guardian angel in the ball, can they make an appointment and Zoom you?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. There's no way they're going to find me.
Oh, that's brilliant. I love it. Sorry, guys.
If I happen to go to a MeWe again or another fair and you happen to be there, then perhaps.
Oh my gosh. And then his computer's going to break down and you won't be able to get a print out of it.
I can email it to you maybe. My phone just doesn't stop working. Yeah, there's ways. I don't know how, but it's.
No, I so just wanted to illustrate the energies. Like, it wasn't, oh yeah, let's do this, Even if you were just joking, the energy immediately was like, nah, I'm not available. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. I like to use it with.
Let's find other firewalls.
Family and friends, I guess.
You don't want to charge for it. You don't want it to be a job. Let's see. You don't want people to support you through your work?
No, those things don't bother me so much. It's the there's a little bit of pressure to perform. And a magic thing. Like, if you do magic too much, then it's not magic anymore.
You want to keep it magic?
I want to keep it magic, yeah. And then it's shocking and surprising when the images show up and they're like totally clear. Like,
Yeah.
dang, that's a blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then I don't want it to be like, oh, I don't see
There's
nothing.
nothing.
There's nothing there. The magic broke. I don't want to break it.
Also, it's fear. Your blog is fear. Fear of breaking it.
I'm not afraid of breaking it. I don't want to break it.
But what if I said it's not going to break? It's going to get better with practice.
I would say, cool. Well, I guess I'll need some guinea pigs.
Are they going to pay you?
Well, definitely. Honestly, the samples that I've done, the samples to try it out, for me, they're very like impactful and cool. I mean, if I could go to someone and they would do that for me, I'd be like, I'll pay $100. Sure. I want to see a picture of my guardian angel, whatever it might be. Darn right. $100. And I get a picture, an 8x10 or 5x7 or 2 or 3 of them. You're darn right. I would do that in a heartbeat.
Okay. What about digital copies of it?
Well, yeah, they get a digital copy and a printed copy.
Okay.
That's how I did it at the fair, but I did it only for $10 and I only got $5.
Oh, yes.
Full of an entire 100 people doing readings for $20, $50, $100, $200.
Yeah.
I could
I think
have
$100. I think it's totally, of a picture of your guardian angel. Sounds
Well,
brilliant.
I do too. And I would do that all day long, $100 a pop.
So what?
By the end of the day, I'd have, well paid for my showing ups. That's for sure.
Yes.
Maybe we'll go with that as the one thing.
Maybe.
I could try it.
Yeah.
Well, we did talk about that before. Is like we'll have multiple stands where each of us has our one
own
thing.
Yes. But also, you did a class. You gave a class where you taught people.
Yeah, the University
and
of
I
Crystal
got
Ball.
some reviews of that class. And
did?
I was told that it was absolutely incredibly amazing.
Oh, you got
A
good
doctor
reviews?
of university, like, top-notch university person said you were better than any of the lecturers that she had ever been lectures with, better than all of them.
Well, that's pretty high praise.
Yes. So you are also a great teacher.
Yes.
And you could totally do workshops so that people can learn how to do it themselves.
Well, yeah, it would be a workshopable thing.
Yeah,
we could do a workshop.
totally. Yeah. Would you do a physical workshop or like a...
I would do a
Zoom?
physical workshop because I don't know how to do it not physical yet. I'd have to practice. I might be able to practice some of the Star Tribers to see if I can get it to work without them holding the crystal ball.
But they could have their own, couldn't they?
Oh, well, I could.
In a workshop? Bring your crystal?
Maybe.
Yeah.
There's ways we can experiment with it, see if it works.
Yeah. So you're going to experiment with the Walk With Me hours?
Yeah, Walk Within Hours and maybe Star Tribe.
Well, which one?
Either or.
Well, make up your mind, honey.
I will try with Walk With Me Now to start. Maybe on a thread.
Okay.
I'll take like 1 or 2 volunteers.
Okay.
And then we'll also do it with Star Tribe, 1 or 2 volunteers.
Okay.
And we'll see what happens.
All right. So, if you want to get one of these amazing readings or learn, is it this a lecture thing, or is it like, are you going to teach, or are you going to do it?
I think I will start with just do it.
Okay. So, if you're going to want to get one of these things, go to Subscribestar and join us there.
Oh,
Join
yeah,
into
you're
the web.
listening to the first half. So
Yes.
join Star Tribe.
Yes.
And that gets you the second part of this show.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we'll bring on our panel, the panel that actually has been going to these MeWe fairs with us.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about everything we just talked about. Plus, you'll be in the mix to like maybe get a crystal ball guardian angel reading.
Yeah.
That's the way I call it anyway.
Yeah, that would be a way.
It rolls off the tongue so nicely.
It's a crystal scrying, honey. That's what you told me it was called.
Well, I've heard it called scrying, but I'm not really
Scrying
fond of the
person?
scrying word.
Okay. A crystal reading?
Guardian angels, I like that.
A crystal reading?
Crystal ball guardian angel reading.
Okay, so yeah.
I got to work on the words, I know, but
yes,
okay.
Yes. Okay.
Either way, we'll see what happens.
Okay. you can really see, this has been an excellent example that Larry has given us, of the see me, don't see me energy. It's been going like this for the past few months.
So excited, but no, don't do it.
I don't want to do it now. Forget it. It's not going to happen.
It's too much trouble, really. I got, trees to cut up, and some lumber. I love cutting wood out in the forest in the freezing ice cold for our firewood. That's what I should be doing.
You should be doing that, yeah. All righty then. Just as an FYI, the same team that organizes the physical events are in the discussion panel for the second hour of our Driving to the Rest podcast. Make sure to get to hear what their experience has been. It has been a fascinating journey so far.
Yeah, you've heard a little bit of mine and yours. Imagine theirs.
If you're experiencing the see me, don't see me energy in your life, start by figuring out your why for being here. Then make sure that your body's on board with being available for others. And if he or she is not, then work through the why he or she is not. Often, it's fear-based on the uncomfortable experiences that happened in the past when connecting to other people. Or even showing yourself.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Then put yourself out there and observe what happens when you do. This will give you a lot of data on what programs might be running. You see, shadow banning is not done to us without our agreement. And the agreement is more often than not an unconscious thing, and something we can overcome. Why is it important to know this and try out being available to others? Because our job is to be part of the brilliance of lightworkers around the world who are stepping up to lead the human collective into a wonderful, light-filled world. If you don't do it, who's gonna? Who's gonna? Let's do this.
All right, let's do it.
So don't forget, get yourself your second hour. You can do it at walkwithmenow.com, or you can do it as the subscribe star. And there's different levels of support that you can give us. Yeah. You get different goodies. Like, just for the second hour, I think it's like $8 a month or something.
Yep.
And then you have
access to the full show. You have access to an after party with, our show comes up on a Wednesday. Mm-hmm. And on Friday, we get together, a group of us, like sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's 20. And we just talk about what was in the episode. And occasionally, since we are us, we talk about other stuff too. But Either way, it's a nice way to connect with people who, by the end of that conversation, you're like, that's my people.
Yeah, $8 a month, man. So do it.
You support us.
You can support us every month. And in this episode's party, what's it called?
After party. We'll be having a little bit of crystal ball.
Yes.
Okay,
that sounds really exciting.
We'll have it for the after party.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds perfect. Yeah.
I better warm up my ball.
Yes.
Got to go clean it, get it ready, and teach it how to connect with someone over
the internet. Yes.
I can use that for my practical exercise this week.
Yes.
I could do that. Okay, I'll be ready.
Perfect. We'll see you then.
See you then.
It's rare for me to find or meet as a person who doesn't have a website, for example. And they're quite comfortable having a website and even their photograph on it. But when it comes to the physical body, standing in front of other people, or even being in a very public place with your stall, that the body starts reacting.